guys, my name is Crystal. Welcome to my YouTube channel. Welcome old subscribers, welcome new. If you like my videos, please press the like button. Please do subscribe. Thank you for your support. Alexa, what's the time, please?
It's 9:25 a.m.
So I gave up with the doctors. I've got no choice. I'm in 30th in the queue. You're going to be on the phone for 3 hours. Maritime Health cancelled my appointment. It was yesterday, in fact, by email yesterday. They told me to go and have a blood test, so I went on to the NHS app and it came up with places to book appointments. I can't do that now. It was Maritime Health that requested it through the NHS app. I get told I've got to phone the doctors when they told me to have a blood test through the NHS app. My doctor's surgery knows I suffer severe face pain, and they've told me to make an appointment over the telephone. I think it's disgusting. I think it's awful they don't know their own patients' notes, that they don't read properly, and they expect people to hang on the phone for hours with chronic pain conditions. You know, you can imagine a woman starting off young and then going old, hanging on to the phone, waiting to get through to Maritime Health Partnership. And then she waits and waits and waits for 5 hours. And then the receptionist at Maritime Health goes, "I'm sorry, I ain't got nothing." I mean, why do you bother? They tell you to go and get a blood test. They cancel it. They should make another one for you, because it was their fault. It wasn't mine. I didn't cancel it. They cancelled it. Apparently they've probably only got one nurse. In all the 5 branches, they've only got one person to do the blood test. That would be right. It's disgusting. So I put the phone down and we'll try again another time, or they'll get fed up and they will request. They'll request it, because they requested it in the first place. And the dentist, sending me messages because a dental hygienist appointment costs about £60. It's disgusting. This country is just after money. And if you haven't got money to pay private, you get treated like dog shit, and which I just have. And I get tired of waiting on the end of the phone, and I'm not being exploited and just getting angry like I used to do. Why would I get angry? There's no point getting angry. It's negative. That's what this book says. We don't want negativity. It's to try and teach you to overcome it and look. I'll wait like everybody else. I haven't got money to go private, so we just wait. I treat myself maybe once a month, and when my mum gives me some money for a birthday, Christmas, Easter, whatever, and it's like I'm being punished for it. Treating myself to a couple of bits in the high street, when you see going to supermarkets, and I used to, at the pound shop, people walking around with great big trolleys, spending £60-70 in the pound shop with a great massive trolley. I've been poor and destitute. I've been homeless. I've watched people. I've gone into Wilkinson just to get some babies' nappies, and I've seen people with trolleys and baskets buying great big things. I've been through it. So now, when I've got some money, I treat myself, because you don't live forever. You could die tomorrow, and why waste it? If someone gives you some money, why waste it? You could drop dead tomorrow. Do you know what I mean? I'm going to spend that money. I'm going to enjoy myself while someone gives me some money. I'm going to spend it. When on my benefit, I don't get enough money to spend. So sometimes I will put the water rates off, and I will go and treat myself to something. And then the next month I go out without completely, because I will have to pay 2 lots of water rates through direct debit. So don't think that I've got lots of money. I haven't. My mum gave me some money. My dad passed away. He left my mum some money. My mum is giving me little bits of money here and there. That's all that is. It's not me with vast amounts of money. I haven't got money. That was my mum giving me some money, so I treated myself to some trainers and clothes. My dad left my mum money. He didn't leave me a penny. He didn't leave me a penny. It was all left to my mum. Everything my dad had was left to my mother, Jennifer. So when you see me spending things, that's the bits of money my mum's giving me from my dad's inheritance to her, whatever you call it. He did all those horrible, heinous things to me, and he didn't leave me a penny. Didn't leave me a penny. He left me fuck all, nothing. It was all left to my mum. He in fact told my mum not to have anything to do with me, my father did. My mum told me. She said, your father, before he died, told me not to have anything to do with you. Yeah, because she would find out what he'd done over the past years. He was a cowardly man, and he treated me like a fucking dirt rag. Right? I get on with the rest of my day with the legacy of what my dad gave me. Abuse. And he gave my mother all his money. He gave me nothing. Not a penny. He used me, he abused me, and he left me with nothing. Nothing at all. So when my mum gives me some of the money that he gave her, I spend it. I spend it. And that's all that is. It's not me with lots of money. It isn't. I was given nothing. When my nan and granddad died, they left me nothing. When Doris and Jim, my uncle and aunt, died, they gave me nothing. I got nothing. I don't curl up and die. I carry on with life, whatever's thrown at me. I will walk with my head held up high, and I don't care what people think or what they say. And ugly is a word, and that's the end of it. And I'm sick of this bullshit that keeps going on, trying to make me cross so you can play games with me. It's just nasty. Nasty. I thought up the idea of trying to brighten up my life with balloons. You know, balloons. They're bright, they're colourful, they're vibrant, and you know, they're colourful and happy. And then someone will deflate me, they'll pop those balloons, they'll make fun of me, and it all bursts. The bubble bursts. And I don't want that. This is what I got this book for. And this book was not what I was expecting, to be honest, this mental toughness handbook. I paid nearly £10 for this book. And it's nothing I really don't know already. Printed in Great Britain by Amazon. It's nothing I don't know already. It's talking about being overweight here. Understand why you want to reach your goal. It is important to have motivating reason to act. For each goal, think of a reason. Let's say you want to lose 10 pounds. You may want to feel healthier. These motivations will motivate you to resist temptation to eat unhealthy food in a way that simply losing 10 pounds won't. So they're using food. We might choose unhealthy fast food for convenience and taste. Low effort, high reward. This can make it difficult to lose weight, improve our cardiovascular health or build muscle mass. We create a link in our minds between reward, effort and self-restraint when we delay gratification. In order to achieve what we desire, we intuitively realise that we must put in effort and control our impulses. We'll be compelled not to succumb to the temptations of fast food like burgers, milkshakes and pizza. We will instead cook healthier meals at home. It sounds like my mother or an elder relative telling me, stay at home, don't enjoy yourself, don't go out, don't eat anything. It doesn't sound like it's been written by a health professional at all. It also sounds like it's been written by someone stuck up, upper class, and has no idea of how poor people have to eat junk food because that's all they can afford. This person that's wrote this is on another planet, in my opinion. You want a down-to-earth book. How do the poor people survive when there's no money? What do they eat when all their money is going on electricity and gas and extortionate food prices, so that we're forced to eat cheap food? We're forced to eat it because we can't afford the food the rich eat. Caviar, salmon, cod, cod roe. We can't afford to eat it, and vegetables are expensive. So you end up trying, what's cheap? Noodles. Soup and noodles are cheap. Pasta, noodles, cheap. You try to get something to mix with the pasta, it's expensive, but noodles on their own are cheap. I watched Rich Kids Go Skint a couple of days ago, and this girl was a daughter of a member of Bucks Fizz, an 80s pop group that I listened to when I was a kid, the land of make-believe, making your mind up. And she found it tough, living on a poor family's budget, going into a local shop and to make a meal out of a £10 note, a couple of meals out of a £10 note, going into one of these newsagents that do charge extortionate prices, and trying to make a meal for a family out of £10 for a couple of days. And she went to stay in a hotel. She didn't sleep with that family overnight. She stayed in a hotel. Hello, Mum.
Hello, Liz.
Hello.
How did you get on at your blood test yesterday?
Yeah, well, Mum, they cancelled it. Maritime Health cancelled it. She was off sick.
Oh, well, you should have rung me. You could have come up.
No, Mum, she was off sick. So,
Oh, I see.
and I've got told I can't book it only over the phone, and they're engaged.
Oh, I see. So, are you coming up today?
No, Mum.
You sure? When did you want to come up?
I don't know yet. We'll see.
Okay, then. Well, let me know. I did bring you last night because I was in so much pain. And I've fallen asleep again. I fall asleep very, very easily.
Yes.
And so the first thing I thought this morning, I won't bring you too early.
No.
I have rung you, all right?
Well, we know what's going to happen, so let's leave it till the weekend, because Saturday he'll have his kids here upstairs.
So you'd rather come up Saturday?
We'll see how the noise level goes, but if it's bearable, we'll just see.
Let's say, so it doesn't put you up too much. I don't mean that in a nasty way. If by any chance it's not too bad on Saturday, you'll come up on Tuesday.
Well, that's a long way away,
I'm
Mum.
just trying to work things out if I can,
Work things out if I can. I mean, I can't
Well,
understand.
you see what's happening with where you're concerned, and I'll give you a ring today, as usual, and you tell me how you're getting on, and you tell me when you want to come up, alright?
Yeah, I'm fine. I'm an adult. I can cope by myself with things at the moment.
Alright then, Janessa. Sorry to bother you, and I hope you get on alright. I hope you get through and you book your appointment. Alright, Nessie?
No, they won't book my appointment. I've
blood
waited.
test. I mean, I've had you have a test at the hospital and that. You know, your blood test. Yeah.
Yeah, Mum, you've had tests at the hospital. You've had a
But you're
goiter.
waiting to have a blood test, yeah?
Yeah, I'm not the only one that's been to the
No,
hospital.
I know that. I know that.
Because you broke your
Anyway,
arm,
I'll
didn't
keep you on
you?
the phone too long now. I'll give you a ring later on, just to see how you're getting on when
Mum,
you want to come up. Alright?
Mum, it would be nice to have a conversation where it wasn't one-sided. But thank you for...
That's right, yeah.
Yeah, because it's one-sided. You speak and I can't. But thank you for calling me.
Okay, and I'll ring you again later on. Bye-bye for now. Take
Bye.
care.
Bye. I've been told that before, that I'm always going to the hospital for appointments. My mum's had an appointment for a goiter. She went up there for a broken arm to see Dr. Thacker, and she's had 4 blood tests. Okay, I was told the other day that I keep having appointments. That's because I've got a chronic pain issue that I've had since 2015, and people with chronic pain even go to the emergency department for pain relief. So that's not unusual to keep having appointments when you're in chronic pain. And I am now saying what I feel, because if you don't get your point across, you're not nasty, you don't need to shout, but the conversation is one-sided. It's one-sided. I'm not allowed to speak. And I just said, Mum, you know, it's like one-sided. And I don't always go up to the hospital for appointments. I was sent as an emergency patient to have an urgent blood transfusion. And that was last year. And it was urgent. Right? So they need to keep testing my blood to see my iron account is okay. And to have to wait hours to get through to somebody is just not acceptable, is it? It's not acceptable. No, I'm not going up to my mum's today. As the book said, we will cook a healthy meal that doesn't involve milkshakes and pizza. Even that book's telling me we will cook our own meal that doesn't involve pizza and milkshakes. I'm not going out today. I had money that was given to me by my mother out of what my dad had given her, and I've got no money now. I've got some change. So I'm not going anywhere today. I'm staying at home, because everybody needs to know, and they do know, that I'm a 54-year-old female living by myself in Rochester. I'm not an old lady. I looked out of the window while I was taking a phone call, and there was an old lady, all hunched over. There was an old lady all hunched over in a coat like this with a scarf round her head. This is my yellow coat. So I look out of my window, and there's an old lady hunched over like this, walking past my block of flats. I'm not an old lady yet. Not yet. Hello? Yes, I was requested by the doctors to make an appointment for a blood test because it was cancelled yesterday.
Right, let's have a look. What was your date of birth?
27th of September 1968.
And your name?
Crystal Marshall.
And what was the appointment regarding again, sorry?
A blood test. St Mary's Medical Centre, Strood, cancelled it yesterday morning.
Oh, okay, so you need to rebook in for your blood test?
Yes.
Right, no worries. Is it Strood you go to?
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah. Let me have a quick look. Saturday by any chance?
Yeah, Saturday. Yeah, I would be. Yeah.
Yeah, what time would you like?
Have you got somewhere in the morning?
I've got 9:40 or 10:10.
10:10 would be lovely.
Yeah, no worries, that's all booked in for you and I'll send you confirmation over.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Thanks.
Bye.
Bye. Right, that's all done. That's done. That's absolutely brilliant. That's all fixed. So I'm great about that. Right, I'll see you later.